My name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In this part, I am going to explain about the adrenal gland. Okay, this adrenal gland, also called suprarenal gland. You can understand. Suprarenal gland. Supra means above. Renal means kidney. So if you see, just understanding. Consider this is a kidney, this is a one, this is another kidney. So the anterior part of the kidney associated with this adrenal gland like this. This is a adrenal gland. That is why this is also called as adrenal gland, is also called as a suprarenal gland. So this adrenal gland consists of two parts. One is the outer cortex, adrenal cortex, and inner adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla. Now, in this part, mostly I will speak about the cortex. In the next part, I will speak about the medulla and corresponding hormones. This cortex releases a group of hormones called as a corticoids. Cortex derivatives are called as a corticoids. These corticoids are a group of hormones. All these hormones are steroid hormones. Steroid hormones. What you can understand steroid hormones means, you can consider here one point I will tell you, like molecules are divided into two. One is the steroid molecules, non-steroid molecules. What is the meaning of steroid molecules? The molecules that are synthesizing or deriving from the cholesterol, they are calling as a steroid molecule. Non-steroid molecule means they are not deriving or not synthesizing from the cholesterol. That is why all corticoids are synthesizing from the cholesterol. That is why corticoids are called as a steroid hormones. Now this cortex consists of three microscopic layers. If you clearly that microscopic layers, that means the cortex, if we see under very powerful microscope, we can see very thin three microscopic layers. Those include the outer zona glomerulosa. This outer zona glomerulosa produces hormone is a aldosterone. Okay. The next one is the middle one, zona fasiculata. That layer consists of cells, produces the hormone cortisol. The next one is that inner layer, that is a zona reticularis. GFR. Don't forget, outer to inner. This will produce a small quantity of androgens. Now I will make you understand. So this zona reticularis, that is the adrenal cortex part, this produces the small quantity of androgen. What are the androgens? The androgens are the group of hormones. They influences the male behavior, male sexual behavior. What is the most known androgen? That is nothing but testosterone. That means with this point you can clearly understand androgen is exclusively present in the females. But testosterone, there is nothing but androgens present in both male and female, but more amount in the male, less amount in the female. So you will surprisingly, you can ask, sir, how a female containing a small quantity of androgens? That's nothing but that is in female that androgens are produced by the adrenal gland. That's nothing but cortex. In that cortex, zona reticularis produces the small quantity of androgens. There is a small quantity of androgens in the female that produces the secondary sexual character, like the internal hair growth development is possible because of the presence of androgens. Okay. Now, what I said, this is a total, these three layers together called as a cortex. These cortex, these derivatives are calling as a corticoids. These corticoids are steroid hormones. Now, going to these corticoids, cortex derivatives are called as a corticoids. Based on their mechanism of action or based on the effect, these corticoids are mainly two types. The type of corticoids, they show effect on carbohydrate metabolism. Carbohydrate metabolism. Those corticoids are called as a glucocorticoids. Glucose stands for the carbohydrate. Glucose is a central molecule in the carbohydrate. So glucocorticoids means what? The carbohydrate that mainly influences the carbohydrate metabolism. Well known or very dominated glucocorticoid in our body, that is a cortisol. Already I said that. The next one, the type of corticoid that show main effect on mineral metabolism. Mineral metabolism. Minerals nothing but sodium, potassium, calcium. Those are minerals. That corticoid are mineralocorticoids. So this mineralocorticoid example is aldosterone. Aldosterone is an example of the mineral corticoid. This cortisol is an example of the glucocorticoid. Next, I am going to explain the biological effects of the cortisol. After that, I will explain about the aldosterone. Biological effects of cortisol. As we know, cortisol belongs to glucocorticoid. Mainly shows the effect on the carbohydrate metabolism. That is the first point related to this cortisol cause hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia means what? Increases the blood glucose level. How? What is the major reason for the hyperglycemia? That is a glycogenolysis. What is a glycogenolysis? Means breakdown of glycogen into glucose. The main reason for the hyperglycemia or increase in the blood glucose level is a breakdown of the glycogen. The next point related to this cortisol shows catabolic effects on proteins and lipids. Proteins and lipids. What did it mean? Catabolic effect on proteins and lipids means cortisol enhance breakdown of the proteins and breakdown of the lipids. That means now you consider this is a cell, the target cell for the cortisol. Once the cortisol comes and binds with this particular one, consider this is a blood. Okay? Outside. This cortisol influencing breakdown of protein. When the proteins break down, results the formation of number of amino acids. That means inside the cell there is a high amino acids. Yes or no? High amino acid concentration. Then this blood containing, when the cell containing high amino acid concentration, indirectly blood containing a less amino acids. That means this cell allows amino acid from blood into the cells? No need. That is why this already cell containing high amount of amino acid. Further, these amino acids no need to enter from blood into the cell. That is why the same point you can understand. This cortisol inhibits cellular uptake and utilization of amino acids. Uptake and utilization of amino acid. Why? Because already cell containing high amount of amino acid formed due to the breakdown of the proteins. The next point is like thyroid hormones. This cortisol support RBC maturation. So next point is this cortisol related with the maintenance of cardiovascular related to the heart and blood, cardiovascular and kidney function. These are very general points till now you heard. The next and the very important point with respect to the cortisol, this point is very important for the NEET exam. This cortisol show anti-inflammatory. This cortisol shows anti-inflammatory effect and suppress immune system. This point is absolutely important for the NEET exam because this is application where this cortisol used as that immunosuppressive drugs. That is why this cortisol shows the anti-inflammatory effect and suppress the immune system. This point is absolutely need for the exam. These are the some of the biological effects of the cortisol. Now I am going to tell about the aldosterone. So this is important. Even this concept is there in the excretion also. Now I am going to start this aldosterone. The release of aldosterone is under Ra system. The release of aldosterone under Ra. R for renin, A for angiotensin, A for aldosterone, renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system. Now take a case. The case is when blood volume and BP is low. Blood volume low means what? There is a low in the blood water content. BP is low means what? As we know, plasma or blood contain the highest quantity of the sodium. Okay, that's mainly responsible for maintaining the osmotic concentration of the blood. Okay, BP is low means pressure is low means low sodium level. Okay, now how this is influencing? When in this situation comes that kidney release renin, R-E-N-I-N, renin. So next one after kidney releasing, next one liver releases angiotensinogen. That's the inactive form. This angiotensinogen is converted into angiotensin 1. This conversion, angiotensinogen into A1, angiotensin 1, that is converted by the renin. So once this reaction is going on, the next one lungs. Lungs produce a complex enzyme is ACE. Angiotensin converting enzyme. This angiotensin converting enzyme convert angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. A2, angiotensin 2. So one effect of, now BP is low na? This angiotensin 2 or A2 is a powerful, one of the effect. It's a powerful vasoconstrictor. So what is the meaning of vasoconstrictor? This A2 causes the constriction of the blood vessels. When the blood vessels get constricted, automatically BP will increase. The pressure of the blood will increase. So automatically it's getting recovered. Simultaneously, this A2, angiotensin 2, stimulate corticoids. So it stimulates adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex to release aldosterone, especially which layer? That is the outer layer, Zona, glomerulosa. So A2 stimulating the adrenal cortex, one of the layer. that results in synthesis of aldosterone. Finally, aldosterone released into the blood because of the renin and angiotensin. That is why the release of aldosterone is under RA. That is a renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system. This mechanism is important for this particular exam point of view. Now finally aldosterone release. What is the condition? Blood volume is low and BP is low. How this condition aldosterone get overcome? That's very simple. So thing is like this aldosterone, effect of aldosterone I am telling. This increases reabsorption of sodium from where? From the kidney, and stimulate the secretion of potassium and hydrogen. So automatically what happened? It increases the reabsorption of the sodium from the kidney. That means the sodium is getting into the blood from the kidney, and if any sodium ion is losing through the urine, that sodium is getting into the, entering into the blood. Automatically blood sodium level is increasing. That means blood solute level is increasing. Automatically blood pressure is increasing. When this blood pressure is increasing, that means the blood pressure is more, concentration is more when compared with the urine. Automatically what happen? In urine is a hypotonic condition, blood is hypertonic condition. Automatically water enters into the blood through osmosis. Water enter into blood by osmosis. When the water is entering into the blood through osmosis, automatically what happened? Blood volume level is also increasing. So through reabsorption of the sodium, it increases the BP. Then through this water is entering, automatic blood volume is also increasing. That is why aldosterone is very important hormone, is to maintain the electrolyte and body fluid volume in our body. Okay, till now I explained the effects of the aldosterone, that mechanism of how the aldosterone is producing, and its a biological effect, how it is increasing. So the next part I am going to continue the adrenal gland, such like disorders of the adrenal cortex and the explanation of adrenal medulla. I will continue in the next part. Till now, if you understand the concept well, you can like and share video this to your friends. If you have any doubts about this topic, you can comment below. Definitely I will respond to your questions. Thank you.